Hi, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about why working with me can be a really, really wonderful experience and what non-duality and the Sedona Method have to do with our conversation. I've spent a lot of time working, many years, 30 more years, working with people about their issues, about life, about what's going on. I primarily started from a bodywork angle, doing hands-on healing, and moved more energetically. I'm now doing mostly over the phone, so I'm choosing to work more with your physical, mental, and emotional bodies through talking and through energy rather than hands-on. I use the Sedona Method and the concept of non-duality because over the years of working with people, I've realized that putting on bandaids isn't really a service to any of us, that we really need not how to go out and buy some bread, but how to make bread. And so I've come to the conclusion, looking around and talking and studying Buddhism and other various modalities, that really working from the who are we, what are we, is really the way to approach our issues, because then we're working with them all at the same time rather than just one issue here and one issue there. So non-duality is the concept that there is no dualism, all is one. That ultimately we are all one, whether you call it God or the universe or whatever, that we're all one, and we're all aspects of one. And there is no separation except in the illusion of the dream of living. Where that's relevant is it really looks at where we get stuck on identification. My problem, my issue, my whatever. And once we identify with something, it's much harder to let it go. When we do the releasing of letting go of something, it's much easier to let it go if it isn't totally identified with. And a lot of the Sedona Method questions are about releasing the identification, owning and having awareness of what we're feeling and who we are, and then releasing it. But remembering that the identification is mental. What we're basically talking about is working with the mind, because the mind is where it's all at. I use the expression all is well, it's only your mind that tells you otherwise, because in that moment when you're quiet and in the now and with what's happening, very rarely is there an issue. It's when our mind goes, yes, but this and blah, 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 and went back then and all those stories that our mind loves. And our mind isn't our enemy, it just is not really helpful for happiness. And I really want to support you in your own happiness. And by happiness, I don't mean necessarily that you got a new car, that's nice, or a new whatever. That's really important. But what's more important, that you really like who you are and who you are being in this moment. That to me is happiness. And the car or the new lover or the new whatever adds to it. But deep down inside, I want to be happy with who I am right here and now. So the work we do together is supporting you, usually using an issue to focus on whatever's up for you. But what I really want to do is support you in finding out who and what you are and what that means. Your own exploration of yourself, your own finding what your beliefs are about how the world functions. I happen to believe in non-duality. You don't need to believe in non-duality. You just get to explore what you do believe in and what makes sense to you ultimately.